Hi, I'm Karla Pearce, and in this episode we are at Dolce Vita Salon. Bringing out natural beauty is a creative process, one that is often underestimated but has great importance in our society. Today we are going to have a look. Ginger is looking for a fresh new look to start off the year. Professional stylist Davide Fatto and makeup artist Christina Mitchell uncover and enhance her natural beauty.
The most important thing is communication. There has to be a relationship between the client and the stylist, first of all. They have to understand your language and you have to understand theirs. So what's important when you do a consultation and realize what kind of lifestyle they have, what kind of things they do enjoy doing, how much time do they have at their disposal to do the hair. Well, interesting enough, there wasn't really anything connecting me to art or in any shape or form, but I always been interested about it. But I was supposed to go to university and then I decided to take a trip to Montreal. I really enjoy the art field that Montreal offered and everything that went with it. And after getting a haircut, I thought, this is not bad, I could do this. Walked out of there, walked into a hairdressing school and picked up the flyer, and it was there from there on I started working in salons and whatnot. I found that when I was starting in Montreal, I was specializing mostly in haircutting, and I found that the art aspect of haircutting is a lot different than what I imagined. There's a lot to do with the shape, and there's a lot to do with the way the hair falls and what you want it to do. So as much as it is a very systematic way of doing hair, I just found that it was really creative because you can actually accentuate certain parts of the face with the haircutting. And that's when I really realized that haircutting is not just a business, a job. It's very artsy, and it's not seen that way in many ways, mainly because there's always something associated with income. Therefore, artists don't necessarily tend to make money. But I always found that by obviously taking courses all throughout my career and then working as an educator, I always noticed that people were always asking about creating different looks for the face and to work with the hair, the type of the quality of the hair, and that's very artsy because you work in the three-dimensional, whereas sometimes painting is just one dimension. But with the three-dimension, you have to have every single aspect and with every single angle taken care of, with the back, the sides, and the front. So it's quite creative in that sense. Well, in Ginger's situation, we had a consultation, and from what she wanted and what I recommended are two different worlds, and we had to somewhere in between there come to an agreement, and so we did. With her sectioning, what we did is we're making her blonde, but at the same time we're not going to make the whole head blonde because of the upkeep. So we decided to do the whole top area and around the face. That gives her a lot of noticeable blonde. At the same time, the maintenance becomes a little bit more support. It's feasible. So what we did, we sectioned the sides, and we went in with about a half an inch sections and work horizontally up the head, and then we worked vertically. In each section, we weaved the hair out, and in that process what we've done with each strand is we actually created 50% of the hair is going to be blonde and 50% remain the color that it is. The sectioning was done based on where do we want the hair to fall. Like I was explaining earlier, is the front we're going to go a little bit brighter because she's going to notice that more, and therefore we have to consider that as well. Quite often a haircut is a reflection of the individual. And with that, they need to be able to express themselves the best way possible. More and more people want more dimensional coloring. They want more color that really reflects their personality. It's really interesting. You have to be able to do foiling and different techniques to create that three-dimensional look or create that feeling that the client is looking for. When you're a painter or a sculptor, an organization commissions you to do a sculpture. They pay you for it, and you do the sculpture on the request. We're no different. We are commissioned by a client to have a specific look that they want, and it's up to you to be able to express yourself and be able to interpret that look and put that forward. But at the end of the day, the client keeps walking down the street and will advertise for you, positive or negatively, but is definitely a reflection of your work as well. And that's something you cannot hide from. You know, every day the client gets a haircut. It's a haircut that will walk down the street and will be in offices, will be in you know, place of work or whatever the case may be. And people are going to say, "What happened?" or "Why? What happened?" And same question, different responses means a tremendous difference in the hairstylist survival. The same color applied in different ways, you get different results. So not necessarily by putting color A, you always get the same results. It's how you apply it and in which direction the color falls through. Like in any situation, if you're painting on a white canvas and you put one coat of blue, you're going to get a result. You put a second coat of blue on the same blue, the result changes, same basis. We create new colors by combining what we have, right? So it's not necessarily, you know, what the color itself does, it's how you mix it together with other colors. I have a bit of advantage because I work as an educator for La Bioesthétique, and with them I travel to France quite often to do training, and we do shows in Vancouver as well, back east, and in Calgary. So twice a year we do the trend collection. That means then we have to learn a new trend every year, or twice a year, and then reproduce this trend on stage, because I work on stage, and show other stylists what the mood, the tendencies are, and what the fashions are. I find that when you're cutting hair, and particularly when you're cutting hair, it's the flow. You know, when the hair swings and you see the hair moving and it's not clumpy, that the hair actually responds very well to the blow dry. To me, when I do a haircut, I texturize a lot. I go in there and find ways to bring the hair and the movement out, and so that the hair swings nicely, has a lot of a shape, and the shape is balanced. And you know, sometimes it's just geometry, but at the same time, it's a reflection of how I work. Essentially, what you want to do is you want to create a look where all dimensions of the haircut work for the client. So there could be different types of texturizing that you apply. It could be some graduation on one side, it could be layering on the other, it could be no layering at all on another part of the haircut. So everything has to be systematically working together, and that's very important in color as well as in hair cutting.
After the hair is finished, the transformation moves on to makeup.
As soon as I saw the hair, it really spoke to me as very sun-kissed and summery. So I really wanted to give her kind of that fresh from the beach look. And with being age appropriate, you don't want to go too crazy. Like, she's not going to grad or anything either. So it's to make her look naturally gorgeous, which she already is. So just to capture that and make it more obvious. She has gorgeous skin. Just used a primer as opposed to a full foundation, because it's definitely not something that she needs. It would just look thick and heavy on her skin, and sometimes it can actually emphasize the flaws as opposed to hiding anything. And a lot of young girls get really caught up in that comfort zone of having a mask on their face, but letting that natural sheer beauty shine through is really important. And then to give her a little bit of color, the Earth Glow gel, and that helps bring out her gorgeous bone structure. And you want to use the darker colors where you want to bring out the fact that things recede, and lighter colors to highlight things that you want to bring forward. And then she's got those absolutely stunning, amazing cat eyes. So I used a deep green gel liner on the cat eyes to just kind of bring out the color and also pull them up and out even further. Curled her lashes and put on the volumizing mascara just to bring out that volume, and that gave her a really good kick. A little bit of concealer under her eyes, because that makes all of us look a little bit more bright and rested. And then on the lips, I wanted to make them a little bit lighter, because that looks really pretty with the blondes in her hair. So the golden sheens on the lips that are shiny goes with the shiny golden hair. with makeup, you have to look at someone's face and the way it's shaped and what you want to emphasize and what you might not want to emphasize. And you also want to look at their personality and their personal style, and that all comes into play. So you can't just go in and follow the same steps on every face. I have never done the same makeup twice on the same person, nor do I do the same makeup on myself every day, because we're a different person every day. If we have the power to make someone see their beauty in a way that they haven't seen it before, then I think that can be a really amazing thing. And people look at makeup and think that it's kind of a little bit maybe frivolous or shallow, but definitely not always. I have done work on, cancer patients and stuff who've lost their eyebrows and lost their eyelashes and their hair, and that really makes them feel self-conscious, and if you can give a little bit of that back.
It's not as frivolous of an industry as many people might think it is. It reflects a lot in the well-being of many of the people. There's a lot of people also, unfortunately, they have a special situation through cancer or other things that they might have a difficulty to express themselves, because now they have a bigger challenge. Through fashion, they can express themselves to at least alleviate some of the difficulties that they have. So fashion plays a tremendous role. Not just in Hollywood, it's just about every single day on the streets.
Art and creativity is not limited to drawing and painting. It can be seen in many different mediums. The way we look changes all the time. The reason why hairstyles and makeup evolve is because artists are constantly coming up with new ideas.